A study out of Utah State University this week confirmed that how you voted in the 2020 election is a good indicator on whether or not you might die from COVID-19. The college looked at all of the data. They looked at where the spikes are happening, which you can all map out, and they compared it to a county-by-county electoral map of 2020, and what they found was a ridiculously strong correlation in areas seeing massive COVID-19 case spikes and deaths, not just cases, but deaths, and counties that voted for Trump in 2020. Those two maps, when overlaid upon each other, according to the study, are virtually identical at this point, which, yes, means that if you live in a county that voted for Donald Trump in 2020, statistically speaking, you're more likely to die from COVID-19. Basically, being a Republican should be considered a pre-existing condition for COVID-19, according to this new study, because it means you stand a greater statistical risk of dying from the disease. Now, does this mean that Democrats are immune? Absolutely not. That is not at all what the study found. It just showed that the spikes are happening more frequently and more intensely, along with the deaths, in red counties. Now, if you're like me and you're, staunch leftist sitting in the middle of a red county, that's cause for concern. But of course, we know the reason for this. Republicans are far less likely to be vaccinated. They're far less likely to wear masks. They're far less likely to engage in social distancing. They're far more likely to think this is all being overblown. And it all comes down to the fact that in the early days of this pandemic, it was politicized. This thing was politicized from the start. And you can thank right-wing media for that, partly. They're the ones who told us we shouldn't wear masks. It's tyranny. They're trying to muzzle you. This is how they silence you. Oh, don't get that government vaccine. We don't know what it's going to do to you. And of course, again, not saying there's not that on the left, because there is. It's just far more prominent on the right. So I have to ask this open question here. To everyone that is a registered Republican, to everyone that is on the right side of the aisle, look at the data. Look at what your party is doing. Look at what your party is doing to the country. Look at what your party is doing to you. You are the sacrificial lambs. They are protected. Not only have most of them already gotten the vaccine, hell, a lot of them have already gotten the booster shots, they have access to healthcare that you do not. Okay, so even if they get sick, they're probably going to be fine. You, on the other hand, do not have those same protections. But they're telling you to go about your life as if you were as protected as they are. They're sacrificing you to make a political point, but I don't even know what that political point is, because it's hard to win elections when you've killed most of your base. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel for fresh content 7 days a week.